42 in count. That's the worry.
Yeah, ma'am. Remaining they will join.
Okay.
Let's start with. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get started. So as we have already set up the rules yesterday, so we'll have some 10-15 minutes of revision where I want each one of you to answer. So what did we learn yesterday, guys? Anyone from you? Please raise your hand and then we can get started. Come on. We learned something yesterday. Yeah, Lokesh. Keep your hand raised. I'll question you all. Yeah, Lokesh.
how to how to create the table. Then we have
Very
learned
good.
the minus process on table, like how to alter the table, means add extra column in the table. Then how to see the uh, table structure by using distinct describe.
Very good.
Then also select star from table name. This query also we can learn yesterday.
Execute.
Then
Yeah.
how to
That
drop table.
okay, Lokesh. Okay, let's give others also a chance. Thanks for that. I really like the way you have understood the whole part that we have covered yesterday. Now let's go to Lalita. Lalita, what would you add to Lokesh inputs?
So in short, we done yesterday is DDL commands, all DDL
Yes,
commands. So
very
we
good.
are create table, then alter table for adding and renaming. Then we are done
Very good.
drop table.
Very nice. I like the way, Lalita, you presented it, that we gone through the DDLs. So the answer, see guys, this is how we are going to also groom ourselves of how are we going to represent or what we know, how are we going to talk about it. So Lokesh, really very nice. You put forth all the details of what you have learned yesterday, but I like the thing that you made a note of all the minute things that were taught yesterday. And Lalita, uh, very good. You started off with a very impactful statement that we learned the DDLs, that is data definition, language, whatever commands or keywords are used, that is what we learned. So see, this is how you will be able to represent or project yourself when you know the details. Ajinkya, even you had raised your hand. Come on, add to it. We have
Yeah,
learned
ma'am.
something else also.
Yeah, ma'am. I can learn describes what the justified that describe helps to see the structure of the table, or
Hmm,
select it helps to fetch the data from database.
very
We
good.
can other queries also. So alter, drop, rename.
That they are not queries. Okay, those are DDLs, data definition statements.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so create, alter, and drop. And which command or which keyword we should restrict using, Ajinkya?
Yeah, ma'am. Please repeat.
Which keyword should we restrict using it? So as soon as you go into an organization, don't use that statement whether to, yeah, Rishi,
Drop.
drop. So
Yes,
you
drop.
know that there is something called as drop, but never make a use of it when you join any organization unless and until you have appropriate approvals. So when you join any organization, guys, when you have to take some these types of, now since we have learned till drop, I'm telling you in advance that there are still more commands that will help you in order to get rid of the data. But you need to have approvals in place in order to perform that action. Okay. So what you have to do is you need to take proper approvals. So there is a hierarchy that is being followed. If each one of them agrees to the action that you're going to take, then only you can execute that particular command. Okay. So this is, sorry, anything for me, Tushar?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we learned one more thing. We learned one more thing. Uh, um, when you're creating the table, what are the details that you need to take care of?
Data types.
Yeah, data types, and also
Length.
what? Table name. Okay,
Size.
so tape size, very good. So data type, size, table name, and yeah, Rishi. Anyone?
Hello, am I
Yes,
audible?
Rishi. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
so
Shubham.
first,
Yeah.
first we should give the name of the table. After
Hmm.
that, data type and length, size. And after
Hmm.
closing the table, we should remember we need to close by semicolon.
No, but what do you give the data type? Just you give the data type.
No,
To whom or what you give the data type and the data length. That is the size. What are those? Come on, guys. What are those called as?
Columns.
Columns, right?
okay.
So you should know what are you going to store. You should know what. Lalita, who is there on? Someone is not on mute and is talking on the mobile. Preeti, please be on mute, Preeti, because you were talking on mobile and we could hear you clearly. Okay. So, Lalita, you can put your hand down. So, in short or in summary, just to summarize what we learned yesterday, we learned how to create the table and the various operations that we can do on the table, that is, rename it or alter it to add a column or to to add a column or to rename it. Okay. And we also learned about drop, but while we are creating the table, we should know what details are we interested to store about that table. So it is on totally on us, what are the details we are interested, and according to the details the respective data type comes into picture. So yesterday there was a question from, I forgot the name, but I feel Nyaneshwari, or I don't know who asked me this, but then there was a question on that if it is a percentage that needs to be stored, how are we going to store the data? So today we are here to learn about the so that's going to be the agenda of today's session regarding the data types. But before we go to the data types, we know that the table name, we need to name the table, but there are some specific rules that we need to follow when we have to name the table. So the first rule is that it should begin with a letter. So we cannot have a table name starting with a number. So we should have the table name starting with a letter. It can be of 1 to 30 characters long. So you can't have more than 30 characters in the name of the table. So that is the second rule. Then it must contain, or it can have this combination of uh, alphabets A to Z, 0 to 9, the numbers, underscore, dollar, and hash. So these are the special characters which can be used while you are creating the table. Okay. And must not duplicate the name of another object owned by the same user. So when you say same user, the database is going to be one, but there will be multiple users who will be accessing that database. So you will be having your username and password, which will be created by the DBA, that is database administrator. And using that, you will be able to perform the operations that we are learning now. Okay, so with that, there is another rule that it cannot be a Oracle server reserved word. So if you see when you type anything, it comes in blue, right? Like select, table. So these are all the keywords that Oracle uses as per the language in order to communicate with the database. So your table name can't be a reserved keyword. Reserved means it is saved for Oracle database keyword dictionary. Like for example, when you go to a hotel, they say that this table is reserved. So you can't use it, right? You can't occupy that table. So similarly, the reserved keywords, the Oracle uses these keywords in order to communicate with the Oracle database. So you can't use those words as the name of the table. So these are uh, 5 rules that you need to keep in mind in order to name a table. So I'm just giving those details to you in the chat box. Please make a note of this because these are the important points. Though you will not be allowed to create or any such table, but it's always better to know the rules of what we need to follow in order to create a table, guys. So this is what I have pasted in the chat. Okay. So these are the table and column naming rules. So the same applies to the columns also. So this is what I have given to you. So the above are the table and the column naming rules. Any questions here, guys? So this is very straightforward. You should know these rules while you are creating a table. Gaurav, please can you go on mute? Okay. Next. We also can anyone tell me which is the data dictionary table which I can use in order to view the details of the table?
All tables.
No, all tables.
User table.
It's not user, it is user underscore tables. So if I type user tables, there will be no such data dictionary reference. So let me show that to you all. I'm just opening the SQL developer, guys. I'm sharing my screen. So I'm saying select. Oh, my screen is viewable.
Yes, ma'am.
So see, I'm typing user table. Is it giving me a proper answer? Let me show that to you. Table of view does not exist. So it is user underscore. Just let's check this. Did you get that? So it's not just user tables, it is user underscore tables. Okay. Now all tables is also there. Let's fire that. But see the difference. Here the owners, that is the difference between all tables and user underscore tables. User underscore tables are the tables which you have created. Okay. which you have created, and hence only those details will be shown here. When it is user underscore tables, when it is all underscore tables, see the different owner here, sys, outline, then system. So all these also details will be given to you. So then it becomes very difficult for you all to just go through the tables that you have created. So when you are interested to see the tables that you alone have created, please use user underscore tables. Okay? Did you understand the difference between all tables and user underscore tables? Any doubts here? So when I ask this question, please give me a thumbs up so that I understand that all of you have known this. I hardly see any responses. Okay, so that is all underscore tables and user underscore tables. Okay, so yesterday when we created that table, which I had given to you in the chat also, what was the table name that we created yesterday?
Student.
Yeah, we created the table called student. Okay, just give me a moment, guys.